So I decided to become a doctor because I started running at a very young age, and one of our track coaches was a podiatrist. So he kind of guided me into the field of podiatry, and I just really wanted to give back to other young athletes and other members of the community as physicians did to me when I was growing up and molded me into who I am today.
People should choose Scripps Mercy for their GME program because of the diversity of training that we provide here. We have over 50 different podiatric attendings that the residents will work with, so that allows them to gain pearls on management of the wide variety of different foot and ankle pathology that they're going to encounter.
Scripps Mercy is a phenomenal place to train. The hospital cares for a whole range of patients of all diverse backgrounds and the underserved. Our residents enjoy working with each other and care for each other. Our faculty loves to teach, and the residents develop strong positive relationships with the faculty.
When choosing a residency program as a student, I just really put a lot of emphasis on where's the best training, like where can I become the best physician and the best surgeon that I can. And when I came here as a student and I saw how competent all of the residents were when they were, second and third years going out on their own, I decided that this was the place for me because that's who I would like to one day strive to be as good as they are.
Other residents should consider coming here for this program is because we have a large, diverse patient population. We see a lot of homeless, underserved parts of the community, as well as being so close to the border. We have a lot of patients from Mexico as well that come over here for their care. We also have a large volume of attendings that we learn from that have been trained all around the country. And this provides us with a lot of different ways that we can think about in care. It's not just a one road. There's a lot of different ways that we can manage patients.
The perfect candidate for us is someone who, besides being intelligent and industrious, teachable, being very passionate, also functions with a great deal of autonomy. This program is really what you make of it, and the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Some of the highlights of this program is the academics that are offered. So there are weekly lecture series, there are journal clubs, cadaver labs, x-ray conferences that the residents participate in. The residents are integrated into the healthcare team, and so they work side by side with their internal medicine colleagues. And also they are exposed to the different types of hospital settings in terms of more of an HMO-based practice, multi-specialty groups, private practice. So again, they get that comprehensive training that allows them to focus on whatever area that most appeals to them once they do graduate. So a typical day with us really depends obviously on what rotation you're on, but in general, we do expect you to be in the hospital from 6 in the morning to about 6 at night, and activities during that period of time could involve rounding on patients in the morning, participating in surgery, going to didactic sessions, and teaching underclassmen, working on research, etc.
So a typical day involves pre-rounding on all of the patients that are in the hospital and then going to round on them to make sure that they're doing okay for the day. We do elective surgeries here, as well as non-elective cases, like emergent cases that we see, and then answer pages from the patients who are on the floor, as well as new consults that come in.
It's a large variety between internal medicine, dermatology, anesthesiology, radiology, and a lot of call as well. So the first years, you would start sometimes 2 in the morning because you got a page, and you would be going until 2 in the morning the next day. So the longest day I've had was probably 36 hours, just nonstop. But that's just part of being in residency. You want to dive in and just learn as much as you can.
Because San Diego is a border community, we certainly do have a diverse patient population that we treat. And one of the principal philosophies of the Scripps mission is to treat all patients, regardless of background, with humanity and compassion. And there's certainly something very special about providing care to those patients who need it most.
There's a great homeless population as well. So all of that together, you just get a very diverse experience in terms of patients that you get to care for. This program is very special. It's It's an interesting mix of different residents from medicine, transitional year, and then also podiatry. So it's a pretty tight-knit community. And when you're going through such a grueling career like medicine, and especially in your training, you realize how important it is to have that like kind of family atmosphere. And that's why I think this program is really special.
Scripps Mercy has been characterized by both the Joint Commission and the Accreditation Council on Graduate Medical Education as a hospital with heart. That's really true. Everybody here really cares for each other. The doctors, the residents, the nurses, administration, and everyone really cares for our patients. So it's really not just a job, it's a calling.
Scripps is a hospital with heart. It's very important that we have a cohesive group of people who work together, and we want to make sure that our residents feel at home while they're here.
And when we treat our patients, we take them in as part of the family as well. Actually, a few months ago, I delivered my baby here, and I got to experience being part of the family from the patient standpoint, and I realized how important and life-changing it really can be.
Scripps Mercy prepares residents to go into the world and practice and teach and continue to do research and enjoy positions of great prestige, including department chairs and chiefs of medical staffs, and be real leaders in their communities.
Once residents graduate from this program, I expect that they are going to walk away with a sense of major accomplishment about what they have achieved during their time here, as well as the knowledge that they are prepared for pretty much anything that they're going to encounter during the rest of their career. So one of the added benefits of working in San Diego is that this really is a vacation destination. You're certainly going to be working really hard during your time here, but even a single day off can really be maximized. You can get to the beach, you can get to the mountains, and really make the most of your time off while you are here.
Being a resident in America's finest city definitely has its perks. The work-life balance is something that a lot of the attendings and staff put emphasis on, and I think that kind of bleeds over into how you care for your patients. And work-life balance here it's a little bit easier than in other places just because the weather's nice 365 days a year. You have the ocean you can go to, you can go out to the mountains and you can go on a hike. There's a lot of culture here that you can experience in your spare time. So it's definitely an added benefit. Yeah, my most memorable moment over my last year of being a resident here actually was probably fairly recent, just a couple of months ago, when I got to experience the first COVID patient being discharged from the hospital. So they start playing Here Comes the Sun over the loudspeaker, so you know that a patient is leaving. And then everyone, if you're available, kind of goes to the front where the patient would leave. And somebody had like a little boombox, and they were playing not only Here Comes the Sun, but also Fight Song. And it was very memorable. It was so emotional because I just couldn't. As residents, we don't treat COVID patients here, so I didn't really get to see the struggle, but I can only imagine the struggle that they're experiencing and then their family experiences because they can't be here together. So getting to see the patient leave the hospital and their family at the end of the tunnel, it was very memorable.
Just being a part of this culture and the friendships that I've made here have been, really strong, I think, and they've been relationships that I think I'm gonna keep, for the rest of my life.
Residency is considered some of the most challenging and stressful years of your life, but here at Scripps Mercy, you'll always have staff and co-residents in your corner to kind of walk through the process with you, and it'll take a little bit of the burden away. You need to come to a Scripps Mercy Residency Program because not only is the training second to none, but every day you'll really feel cared for and you'll be able to translate that to how you care for patients.
Scripps is one of the top programs in the country, and San Diego is one of the nicest places to live. Those residents who do match with us are going to get comprehensive training and a very supportive environment, and at the end of that, be very well positioned to practice in whatever setting that they choose.
In the course of my 47 years in medicine, I've experienced the joy of taking care of patients, of continuing to learn, of doing research, and of teaching. I hope as my graduates go into the world, they experience all of that same joy, learning how to grow professionally and learning how to provide excellent care for their own patients.